Colleagues, the disputes caused by Michael Gove are unnecessary and deeply damaging. Many good and experienced teachers are now leaving the profession, and many are thinking twice about whether they will come in. There is a looming teacher shortage crisis. And this is because Michael Gove is failing to resolve these disputes. On October the 14th, many weeks ago, we met with officials on the basis that we were being offered talks, meaningful talks, on implementation on pay and pensions, and we wanted to see what that would look like. We were also offered talks on the direction of travel on non-pay conditions. None of these talks have taken place, and that is clearly Michael Gove's fault. Instead of engaging with us, he's just played games. We've asked the TUC to become involved. Nothing has resulted directly from that, and we are, of course, prepared to discuss with ACAS. There have to be meaningful talks with the Secretary of State if we are to manage to resolve these disputes.
And as well as refusing to engage in those talks with us since we suspended strike action, Michael Gove is now also sitting on the report of the School Teacher Review Body. Now, you'll know he asked the STRB to remove protections for teachers on 195 days, on 1265 hours, on cover, even on lunch breaks, on the 21 tasks. Those protections he wants to remove. At the same time, he is sitting on the workload diary survey, which we believe will show even greater workload than the last such survey, unfeasibly great hours that teachers are conducting. So not only refusing to engage in talks, but having that damaging report hanging over our heads. We're saying to Michael Gove, announce today that you will not proceed with any damaging change to teachers' conditions, and announce today that there will be meaningful talks. Now, we would want to see that those talks were meaningful, but Michael Gove does have the opportunity to avoid the strike action that we're declaring. But having seen that Michael Gove has refused to engage so far, and having seen that now his allies are beginning to turn against him, like Sir David Bell, we know that today is the right time to announce the next stage of the NUT's campaign. And we're announcing today steps of industrial action, of engagement with parents, and engagement with politicians of all political parties that are designed to make Michael Gove change his mind and make real concessions, real change for teachers.
Colleagues, we put off the action that we were proposing to take in November, and we deferred the action in February. So no one can say that we are rushing to strike action. But today is the right time to announce that we will be taking one day of national strike action on March the 26th. But there is so much more to this campaign than just that strike action in March.
We're asking teachers to give up a day's pay on March the 26th as part of our strike effort, but we're asking you to do more. We want teachers to volunteer for education. We want you to help us leaflet parents in market centres, in city centres. We know that parents are very worried about the changes that Michael Gove is bringing about in education. We know they're worried about the QTS removal. We know they're worried about the impending teacher shortage. We want you to help us leaflet those parents. We're also asking you to demonstrate to politicians the real anger that teachers feel. 10 young NUT members in Ipswich met with their local MP, Ben Gummer, a Conservative MP who is the Parliamentary Private Secretary for Michael Gove. Our understanding is that Ben Gummer went away from that meeting surprised by the level of anger that ordinary teachers feel about the way his government is treating us. We think that today, announcing a package of industrial action, of a real engagement with parents and a real attempt to put pressure on politicians in local areas, we can make a real difference. We can add to the pressure on Michael Gove and ensure that he realises that he does indeed have to change course, make concessions to teachers and stop the damaging growth of this teacher shortage that's coming towards us so fast.
Thank you very much for everything you already do for the National Union of Teachers. Together, we genuinely believe we can make the critical difference for the education service, for teachers and for young people.